like, I don't think the Smiths had an album then.
We are live.
Oh,
but go right
I'll
ahead.
shut
The
up
Smiths. No, you can. You don't have to shut up. You can talk about the Smiths. I was listening to them yesterday. You Handsome Devil was the song.
Oh yeah.
That's
no. I made a remark to a friend of mine who was a giant. Go ahead, Anthony.
I just was commenting about because this is all a segue from the Morton Downey Jr. There's two things that I saw in there. One was the Smiths, and they mentioned it, and I'm like, they didn't even have an album at that point. The only way this guy in rural Indiana would know about him is if he flew to Manchester and saw him play. So that didn't make any sense. And then also, I heard one of the little kids call somebody a douche, and I was thinking, when did they start using that term?
Yeah.
So
later,
I
because I don't remember doy, der, dingus.
Der.
Yep.
Well, I don't remember douche or douchebag when I back then. So I looked it up, and I think Morton Downey Jr.'s show is the first accreditation that I could find for it. When he was interviewing Lyndon LaRouche, and somebody had a big sign in the crowd that said LaRouche is a douche. And as far as they can tell, that's the earliest usage of using douche as an insult. And that was like 5 or 6 years after Stranger Things takes place. So I don't know why these little kids are calling each other douchebag.
You sure it wasn't spelled deuce? Like wrapped
that
up like a deuce in the middle of the night.
Another roamer in the night, yeah. Or dropping a deuce, yeah.
I believe deuce means two.
Dropping a deuce.
Finest YouTube content available that's being provided to
Anthony, I had a friend who was the hugest Smiths fan, and I'd made a remark that I like Johnny Marr so much better without Morrissey, and the next day the Smiths broke up. Fred still blames me on this 30 years later.
Oh, brother.
Oh, so all this is your fault.
It is, yes.
That's a bit of a stretch, but...
Oh, come on. Johnny Marr was one of the Pretenders for a while after that. That was some music, man. Chrissie Hynde and Johnny Marr.
I did not know that. I know that I didn't know who Chrissie Hynde's bandmates were, really, because it's all just about Chrissie Hynde because she kicks ass. But
at one point when they're putting
she's a rock and roll fucking star.
She absolutely is.
It's just not the same without Chrome.
No, we gotta. Yeah, this is good. We just all gotta let Chrome know how much fun you didn't have tonight because he wasn't here. I think that's important. Guilt trip the fuck out of him.
I think he. Yeah, I don't know. He's got two different kids that he just moved to 2 different colleges, and he just started a new job.
No, it's understandable. Sometimes things are overwhelming, and you're like, I don't have time to sit down and play a role-playing game right now.
Right.
Because one, if you got too much going on, you can't enjoy yourself because you got too much going on. And
I think he is
and then after that,
fearful that this is the recent turn of events is going to be permanent and not really like a side story.
Yeah, he definitely wants to be more street level. He mentioned that, but we shall see.
Yeah, I think he's fearful that we're turning into the Guardians of the Galaxy permanently, and this isn't just a short stint.
Right.
Well, then we got to discuss this because that's my first inclination.
I think we need to leave that alone.
So
you guys are just popping up in Cordarian space, sector of space in the year 2760.
Oh, God.
But with the changed timeline because you've changed it.
That damn subspace.
Well, you figure Chrome's resistance is 18, right? This means anything less than an anti-tank weapon is just not even going to ruffle his hair. So it's hard to play street level with an RV that high, right? And I like
there's a lot of complications that are a return to Earth for you guys is. I mean, we should probably just get you guys back to Earth because I think the level of complications that you have is huge. Street level or not.
We do have a lot of complications going on. Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, Jay.
About whether, first off, is metal going to be, how's metal going to fit in the New World Order?
Drop us off at the Avery Mansion.
And then the Pondsville situation is going to have huge ramifications.
So I love playing metal, but I think, and this is something I was saying to you before, is, and some of this with Chrome too, is, wow, high enough up that I could fight the United States Air Force. You become a power into yourself at that level.
Well, Oaken is getting up there too.
Oaken is no joke.
Yeah. To where street fights are like,
So I'm all good with going back to Earth, but you're going to need to invest in Gundams or super beings or serious slime monsters, right? And heck, once the professor gets back to his lab and assimilates the 50 things he's learned.
Hey,
yeah,
I did get clawed to death. I don't think that I'm too overpowered.
You did get a hell of a force field tool when we beat up the.
Yeah, but your attributes are not in strength.
Well, I'm seeing that you guys like the problem is probably now that you're going to be dealing with national governments that are going to look to be reining you in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, the idea that a mayor is going to mess with someone that can, like, here, I've taken your entire government center and moved it to another country. What are you going to do? You can only mess with someone that big at so much of a level. Yeah, you're dealing with national governments. You're dealing with armies.
And you're dealing with the FBEE, or at least one
can report back there and get another assignment.
So, Jay, I love playing metal, but I'll retire her if that's what makes the campaign work.
Oh, I don't think she has to be retired. It's going to have a complication with the other players getting along with you.
Because she's outside the law?
Yeah.
Well,
we have to, what's the fallout with Bisbee Sharp basically arresting, he's got to come up with charges for the general, doesn't he?
Sure. And we were in good with Bisbee Sharp last time we talked. And Oaken mind probed the general, and we learned all his nefarious things.
Yep.
So the conspiracy at Pondsville, I think has, run its course, right? We know what's happened to the meteorite fragments. We know where they come from. Most of those supervillains that are living on the dark side of the moon, we're no longer worrying about a Corbomite invasion. That I'm not saying the supervillains won't get up the next day and do new stuff, but the Pondsville conspiracy about making superhumans should be done.
Yeah. No, the only thing playing out from that is the political, which is going to be pretty earth-shattering, which is filing the issue of EEs, and the public is going to break wide open, where you've got Bisbee Sharp with an arrested general, and the general's hooked up with senators and whoever, and there's a big anti-EE faction in the government. There's an opportunity for draconian measures to go into effect, and it's going to be whose will is going to be done.
I hear you. And you could send us back to a war, or we could go back to Europe for a while and let American politics calm down. You could do a Japanese segment. We're all in Tokyo.
What's 50?
Singapore's got more action.
53 times.
Well, actually, Hong Kong's pretty hot.
I made it to Dubai once, and I was there for a week. I've never been east of Dubai. I know Anthony spent a lot more time in the Far East than me by like 1,000 times. Actually, if you lived out there more than 3 years, it might be more than 1,000 times more experience than me.
2 years now.
All right.
Other than coming back to Indiana last year for a month, and then
Nice.
right
Man,
now.
Jay and I have an uncle in Vietnam.
That was one of those countries I'd like to have gotten to when I used to do that kind of work, but
Good
never
luck finding
got
him.
No, I am the oldest living member of my family tree. My parents and grandparents, my sister, they're all gone.
Oh,
You.
It's okay. Everyone did well. It's all that. I'm the oldest of the bunch.
260. Everyone gets 265 hero points.
Huh? What?
5.
No, that's way too generous.
We
No,
did
it's not.
save the world.
But actually, I think that was 2 campaigns though, and saving the world. Yeah, so each campaign, I guess that's right.
Well, that's
Ah.
that.
I'm pulling.
I
it
once
straight
had
from
players, excuse me, character save the universe. You get into those big 500 and 600 numbers when you save the universe. We
Yep.
did save the world.
Yep. And the timeline.
Well, it's
better.
okay. We saved the world. Okay.
Yep.
So next is the solar system, then the
And that
galaxy.
actually doesn't get much bigger than that. I mean,
There's group of worlds 2 to 5 galactic, and then the one they warn you about is do not give away save the universe for anything less than Crisis on Infinite Earths.
yeah. So I mean,
So you-
265 is the
you
top.
said 265.
Yeah. I better put that in the Discord.
Okay. I had
You're
35 remaining, so that puts me at 300 hero points.
It's a good thing
That's all.
Recall has 5 base cost.
It's zero,
Is that
hero-
one of the powers you're considering, or is that what you're considering next?
Yeah. Well, after you mentioned Recall, I was like, oh, I should have had that from the very beginning. What good is a high intelligence if you don't remember anything?
Yeah, hey, then you figure the same thing out again and again.
No, you're talking about Father Murphy there, but
Yes,
So
our
Recall-
functional alcoholic.
Recall is so ridiculously cheap that it's a good thing that's it.
so that puts Oaken at even 300 hero points.
I guess I would actually read through and see if there's any other mental
I don't
type
even know what I wanna
powers
do.
like that would fit that I've kind of overlooked also.
There's a couple
that's
of
right. I
low-level
wanted-
powers that are nice like that.
I wanted to
Recall
upgrade.
should-
I wanted to upgrade the sickle. I can probably buy the flash power. No range, always on.
Yeah, that's pretty simple. Huh? I can
Yeah,
now move
with
a
a-
fully loaded
in a
airbrush
sickle.
350.
Yeah. So that
Yeah, I
way
should have had.
it glows like the light that I always wanted it to. You know? You remember when I was telling you that?
Oh, yeah. Even
I
though my
shoulda had-
AI decided it has to be a spear, I don't know why the AI would not do a sickle.
I don't think the AI knows how to spell sickle.
It's a good art tool, but it decides what it's going to be.
Oh, I
sometimes.
loved it. Oh, it was great. Yeah.
The
She looks so good. You know.
Anthony, if you had a description of the professor you wanted to throw at me, I'll push it through the AI tool and see what it pumps out.
how do you think I got that?
Oh, so you're doing the same thing I am. Got it. using God. What is it?
No, he
OpenArt?
meant no, Anthony. He meant a cool looking picture.
It's a ginormous dude in a suit.
All right, so Mike, you gonna take over and we go to Racer City, or
Oh.
do you want me to pull out a different character?
Well, hang on. Let's see what Jay's doing because this is Jay's night. And Racer City takes me a minute to set up, man. It's
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You said earlier you weren't ready. Yeah.
Actually, while Jay's looking that up, I had to look up my recall. I can tell him about it now.
all right.
Yeah, originally I thought
got
recall.
three other. Oh, I'm sorry.
I thought recall should have been. I said I should have had it originally and had it linked to my intelligence, but it's not intelligence power; it's mind, I think.
Oh, I don't know.
So I wouldn't. I want it to be on par with my intelligence, not my mind.
Yeah, but that's. I mean, you want to link it?
No. Originally, I was thinking, oh, that should have been linked to my intelligence in the first place, but it's not intelligence power.
Got it. God, could you imagine? Your intelligence is 14, isn't it?
12 right now.
Oh, 12. Anything you link to that is just going to be freaking gigantic.
It's going to cap it. It's going to cap at 15. When the original character was written on paper, he was capped at 15. So I just obviously couldn't start that high. You had to build to it.
It's just a lot.
Now, just figuring out your location in the gnome universe.
I don't have the actual. I didn't carry all my books with me. Oh, I do have the PDF on my computer. I can look it up myself.
I was going to say, if not, I've got all the books. They're hung as Google Docs. Come on, you've known me for a year. You know I love playing with document conversions.
Okay. So I already figured out that. Where's my note? Recall. Base cost 50 because it's 5 times 10. Let me get my calculator, keep tabs on this.
I have just spent that giant haul of points much faster than you believe you could possibly spend a giant haul of points.
The factor cost is 1. So 1 through 8 cost 10 each.
Correct.
So that's 80.
To take it to 8, correct.
So recall of 8.
Yeah, base cost was 50 or thereabouts.
Yeah, 5 times 10.
Yeah. I keep thinking I'm going to get skills from metal, and it doesn't make sense for her.
9, 10, 11, and 12 all cost 15. So that's 60 points.
Holy crap.
So if I spend
a lot of recall you're buying.
So if I spend 190 points, my recall will equal my intelligence at 12.
Okay. Wow.
I had to look that up to make sure it even.
A recall of 12. That would be data volumes of less than 10 petabytes. You're going to, on an 11, remember every detail.
That's why I was looking how it actually is described.
You're talking about being able to memorize vast volumes of the internet. Yeah, good.
Well, yeah,
How many zeros is that? But move the decimal point.
God, that's
chat.
Peta's 1,000 terabytes, tera's 1,000 gig, gig's 1,000 meg. Good.
Okay, let's do my flash. The base cost is 20.
So 20 times 10 would be 200.
So 200. I got
Basically-
300 points to work with
The power that you're
in my sickle.
yeah, that just doesn't feel like for a cosmetic thing that
Recall.
Yeah, but I
a lot.
can take the
a lot of powers aren't worth buying. That's 200 points in base cost if you want to buy Flash.
Yeah, but it'll be
But it'll
divided
be-
by the item cost. The item cost, it'll be divided by 4.
yeah, no range, and always on, which are two deficiencies in the favor. So that should reduce the cost.
Yeah, it's going to reduce the AP cost. Where are you getting divide by 4, Anthony? I understand divide by 2 on the charge basis. Where's the other divide come from?
If it can be taken, well, by gadgets, if it can be taken away in combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like my crown?
No, I'm just doing the-
If it can be
I'm
taken
just
away,
doing it.
one divide by
Like my crown is divided by 2, right? But my gun is divided by 4 because you can just knock it out of my
Take
hand.
it out of my hand and it's gone. Yep. So you get to it's.
Well, that would be the same with the sickle because it's.
I
a
assume
hand
the
weapon.
occult items are the same way. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not doing it gadget wise. I'm doing it power wise, straight up power wise.
Yeah, I don't know if there's some kind of occult roll, like I have to do a gadget roll. I'm not sure. I didn't read all the magic stuff, so I don't know how it works.
It's
Don't forget
identical.
about
It is
that.
fully identical.
Straight up power base cost 20. So times 10, 200. But the limitations are always on and no range. So it means I would actually have to touch you to flash you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Mike.
Yeah, that's
This doesn't
why
feel like a
it
mathematically
seems to
good
work
spend.
well in DC Heroes to just find the powers that get you where you want to be and disregard the name of the power and call it what you want and say what you're doing with it and how it works. Like
that's what I did with
gun.
that's what I did with Turd Burglar. I started naming my own powers.
Hey, Mike, in the description for recall,
Sir.
it actually lists OVRV of 12. So 12 to 12, if my recall is 12, it actually lists something. It says, remembering the UPC code off of a bag of potato chips that you saw out the corner of your eye while you were drunk.
Yep, I was
1974.
just looking that up.
What's the difficulty level of that?
That would be
12.
Herculean. OVRV 12.
12. Herculean. I can.
So
agree
I
with
would
that.
have at a recall of 12, I would have a 50-50 shot.
Wait, hold on. I got a bag of chips right here. We'll check it.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have to get drunk first too.
Yeah.
And that won't take long. You're a lightweight.
I'm trying to imagine playing this game as a drinking game. Oh, you screwed it up. Another shot for you.
Oh my God. Oh God. Yeah. That's not. That's something. That borders on the absurd, Mike.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I was doing.
So I am going to cross off 190 points, Jay.
Okay.
I now have a recall of 12. He should have had recall from the get-go. I didn't even notice that as a power.
What is recall used for?
Recalling a UPC code off of a bag of chips when I'm drunk.
What? And that's gonna serve you heroically how?
His chance to remember anything he has seen or heard is near absolute at this point. He will remember virtually everything.
True, but he has the player. He has to make it relevant.
This go.
Because yeah, I mean, metal has a sonar power, but that's her basically magnetic pulsing, right? It's not actually using sound waves.
No, you've never presented it that way.
Right.
Okay.
That's that one. Yeah, it says one right here.
Wow, I'm back down. I had 88 points when he handed that out. I'm back down to 58. I just spent that Gile Pile point so fast. And I still have a 3
Well, I'll
strength.
let you guys keep on tinkering with your points. I'm going to go use the restroom.
Huh?
For a second, and I'll be back with you. But I've at least established your distance from Earth, where these guys are from. And that's, I put it in the chat, 2,878 light years from Earth. But, of course, distance.
Hey, it sounds like Star Trek Voyager. Gonna take a while.
Oh,
Depends
thanks.
on how fast the ships are. Right?
Thanks, Mike, for reminding me of that recall existed.
Oh, yeah. I considered getting the scientist. Go ahead.
That 190 points I just spent. The next thing on my development list was cranking my intelligence up to 14. So that got pushed back now because I had to get my recall thrown in there.
Yeah, that gives you machine-like, basically full. Yeah, you get full sensory recall at near an absolute level.
Well, I could spend my power, my points on flight.
Yeah, but that's relatively cosmetic. I would, if I were you, I'd spend it on something that's more meaningful. So, Anthony, you got the crown that I took off Meteoron. Didn't that become part of your upgrade kit?
No, I don't even remember what. That's just like a temporary thing. I'm not going to spend points to make that part of the character.
It was a magic item we looted, right? So I believe it's just powers attached to it, including a force field that I think you could use. Because let me tell you, if anyone could use a force field, it's you.
No, I need to fix my eye first.
Did you decide what you're doing with the eye after, 15 sessions?
Yeah, I know what I'm going to do with it, but you have to wait till the big reveal.
Okay. Oh, it's a secret. Got it.
Yeah, it's not a bionic. It's not a bionic eye. I actually came up with something which actually makes sense for the character. You'll see. It's not an octopus eye. But it's a third option.
Eye was funny. Well, no, that was one of the reasons I was asking about the Meteoron crown. Is did you see the truly weird comic of Cave Carson has a bionic eye, followed by Cave Carson has a galactic eye? Really strange. The guy kept putting different things into his eye socket and getting different abilities. They were all very odd. It was a surreal book.
No, Mike, I made my decision.
Okay.
I want wealth. How much will it cost me to get wealth? Because Oaken has been a spokesperson for McDonald's. And that's how she generates income.
Yeah, that's up to the GM. You can't buy wealth.
Yeah, you can't buy wealth that way. Wealth is unique. Because metal, I tried to buy wealth with, and I'm like, oh, no, you can't. So I wanted to have metal start a business of absolutely anything disappears forever. I can just launch it into the sun. Because, yeah, you have to, It's specifically in the book you can't buy wealth, which I didn't play that way until I started doing Jay's game.
Well, you buy it
Oaken's
when you make the initial
Oaken is
character.
a
but that's it.
spokesperson for McDonald's and doing commercials and stuff.
Yeah, but he also might have a 4,000 Big Mac a day habit, and he just spends it as quickly as he eats it. Or he spends it as quickly as he makes it, sorry.
All right. Now I'm going
Yeah,
back
that's
to the
totally Jay's
sickle.
call.
Now I'm going to buy the flash power and the sickle.
Sure.
So you said base cost was 200, but with no range and
It's going to make your factor cost really low.
the factor cost is 4.
Yep. So no range is a -1. And what was the other one you took it on? Always on? It's -2.
Always
so you
on.
take it at 2. Yeah.
Yep.
Hang on.
So that's a -1 and a -1 for each one of those.
Yep.
But it's in the sheath, so it doesn't. You don't see it until I pull it out.
What else did you buy, Anthony, besides recall? Or is that what did you spend the whole wad on recall?
Yeah, I got 81 left, and the next thing on my list is +1 intelligence. I don't have enough for that, so because that's 105.
Yeah, that gets up there.
I gotta find it in the book. Where's the limitations in the book?
I could get +1 intelligence and then just buy enough recall with whatever's left over, but I think it's best just to, because I'm gonna treat it like it's linked. Whenever I increase the intelligence, I'm gonna increase the recall.
Okay.
So they're both gonna max out at 15.
Well, max is only where you say it is. I just took my highest power to 14, and God, there's one more improvement, and after that, it's 200 points per AP of change.
Yeah, that's
Factor cost
where
10.
Music to my ears.
Yeah, that 15 is where I say it is. That's just how it was initially created. That's how big his brain is growing to.
All right.
So after that, whatever character development will be probably making new gizmos and gadgets and changing the character.
Or finding out how to figure out how to stop like the bleeding that comes out of your ears on a semi-regular basis that accompanies the headache every time you really try to recall something.
Oh, that's just mean.
The factor cost of the power which it alters.
So you guys took the crew of the pirate ship with you, correct?
Correct. We were not leaving them to die.
Yeah, because otherwise I would slash your hero points in half.
-1 says 4, so that means
Award, but since
3.
I have their name written down here somewhere.
And I believe it's no range. And always on, I believe it was 1.
Yeah, those are both ones, Mike.
Yeah. So there's 2.
Jay, did you say we were in the 27th century?
No, not when I heard that the professor was saying Chrome would like the game to stay tied to Capital City.
Yep.
And not go full Guardians of the Galaxy, which is the complete opposite what I intended to do. I came here this evening to go full Guardians of the Galaxy, that you are in the future at 2760 on the edge of Cardarian space, Empire, except that the only thing is, but this still, it doesn't have to be 2760. The location is the same. I just don't have to put you that far in the future.
So it takes 200 to get it.
Right. So it will just be in the same contemporary time, but you guys still are on the edge. You're on Cordarian space. It's just that the Cordarian Empire is not aware of Earth at this point.
So
we have
200 to get it. And to bring it to 5 will cost me another 50, so that'll be 250, right? No, factor cost of
So your factor cost goes to 2, Mike. So
Yeah.
if you for every point up till 20, 20, 20, if it go to 3, it would cost you a total of 260. And
I'll
then
do
it's
it.
20.
I hear it.
Yeah, I'll do 260. I'll spend 260 points, and in my sickle will have, what did you say, a 3?
Yep.
Or 4? 4. 3?
3.
3. Okay. With the flash built in with no range, always on, but it keeps sheathed. So when I pull it out, it's always on, so it's light. But with no range, I got to hit somebody to make it happen, or hit something to make it happen.
And I've just learned to never give hero points out at the beginning of a game session.
Oh, well, I spent mine so fast.
260 out of 300, so I have 40 in the bank.
Okay, Jay, so we'll get our heads out of our calculators now. So where are we?
Yeah, I don't know.
And now this thing is so wore out that I'm going to write a whole new hero sheet.
Yeah, and that's not. I didn't mean to make that
got a
sound like
big
that was.
eraser.
But he said the same thing to me, Anthony.
No, I didn't want to sound like that was all on him. I mean, I want the professor wants to have a chance to get home too. You know, I just didn't want it to be a permanent.
My flash is 3.
It's a fun redirection, but he wants to have a chance to get home.
Right.
Yeah. So.
Well, you do have a chance to get home. You guys got back to material reality.
Mm-hmm.
You've gotten back to the cosmos.
Yeah.
Currently, it's just a long ways from Earth, and it's you're on the ship. The ship's called the Tundra.
Yep.
And Tunguska Slim and his pirates. They're humanoid.
Yep.
But they're clearly not Terran humans. They're different, I would say, and genetically enough. But they must have some physiological difference. I don't even have a race for them. Citizens
use
of
the random
Galactic
race
Empire.
generator.
Citizens of the Galactic Empire. Well,
But they're
in good standing. Citizens are not in good standing.
Not from Earth, but they look so similar that they would blend right in.
They blended at a Metallica concert.
Yeah. And on the edge of the Cordarian Empire of space in the Ely system?
So, yeah, I
So you're going to have to negotiate a ride home.
We already got a spaceship with the scavengers on it that
Ronald
I put
Reagan
in.
said there was one invaluable tool in negotiation.
And what's that? Power?
Superior firepower.
Superior firepower. Yes. Yeah. And that's you guys do. It's after the defeat of the Tile Yearn War, the Cordarians, the latest conquest. There's been the I gotta change that name. I can't say it. I can't use a name I can't say, right? I'll call it the Tile Run. The Tile Run Empire has been defeated by the Cordarians. the system that the ship pops up in, the Ely system, has 8 planets. Only one is inhabitable. Is heavily patrolled by local authorities who are unapologetically allied with their Cordarian overlords. So popping up back into the universe, it comes with alarms in the ship wide, whoop, 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 as well, I guess it would
Wait,
be
say
planetary
that again?
authorities in their patrol boat are like right on your ship, almost immediately. With I guess Tunguska Slim and his crew are coming around just as the ship is finishing its translation from aquarium space into back into the universe.
Do the whoop 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 thing again.
Yeah, that way. Go whoop, 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 whoop.
Yeah, that one.
That's the one. That's how the ship enters back into space. And Tunguska Slim is like, oh shit, you fools. Yeah, we left this place. It was pretty hot. We're not really welcome with the local authorities.
So get us out of here. So seriously, Slim, we can stop along the way, get you some takeout, some gold, some silver, whatever it is you're looking for. And we're looking for you to give us a ride back to where we come from. And, maybe the professor will make you some inventions that have never been seen before so that you can make a profit here. I want you to make a profit giving us a ride home. And I want you to realize screwing with us, the ghost is going to chop your head off.
Yeah, well, the first problem is that patrol boat is going to call in for backup.
So can we run?
Well, we are currently running because he jumped into the seat and his crew is springing into action, I guess, aboard the ship. I don't have a drawing for the ship either. I'll have to get you guys a drawing of the ship, unless you guys want to draw one up. I think I did a sketch of one, but I didn't do a floor plan. I wonder where I wrote that up.
Tunguska Slim ship?
Yeah.
No, that thing from Boeing. There's just landed. Use that one. Starliner. Yeah.
Oh, God. You see Boeing at the strike right now?
Try to do something real quick, but this is so bad I'm not even going to show it.
Yeah, it's good. If it's really bad, don't show it. Yeah, I guess the Slim, one of the things they were hoping to come back with is advanced firepower. It would make it so much more easier to deal with local authorities during their criminal activities, because the Cordarians are tough.
Yeah, they certainly are.
And they don't have a sense of humor.
I can manage them maybe one-on-one, but no more than that.
Okay, I'm going to stop doodling because this is going nowhere. We're gonna hide the evidence.
That good, huh?
The ship is gone.
Your ship drawing is not.
Holy ship.
Oh, Not a good joke, but a joke that had to be done. Okay.
I should have tried to mimic the StreamYard duck head here in the corner.
That
Should have
would've
made a
been-
ship that looked like that.
Oh, I bet you I really, well, I was sitting at space now at work, gonna scrap this space.
I redid it real quick on my blink.
It looks like a
character
Michelob Ultra can.
Ooh, you look at that slim, little, comfortable can. It fits comfortably in your hand, doesn't it? Feels like you're having an energy drink and not a beer.
Anthony, isn't it like 8 in the
Which is
morning
an
where you are?
energy drink in a sense.
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, sorry, man.
That's why my
He's in the
background's
US.
different.
Yeah, he's in the U.S.
I thought that was because your accent was different.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong. You want 8 in the morning beer? Please feel free. I was just surprised. I'm definitely
No,
having my 8 o'clock at night pot of coffee.
I'm not drinking 8 in the morning
That's
beer.
right. I was going to go get my other caffeinated beverage.
Okay, so I got a 3. My flash has a power of 3.
All right.
My son was asking me about the game. I should have had him play Chrome.
How old is your son?
33.
Man, so a guy like you who's had a couple of iterations of families, you could have had a 3-year-old or a 40-year-old. I would have no guess either way.
Yeah.
We've lost the Murphy brothers.
That's odd to say. How old's your son? 33. I feel like I'm 33. I want to be 33 again, not have a 33-year-old kid.
I hear you, my friend. Well, I got some gray in my beard and all that. I'm just real happy I have hair. Actually, you've got great hair. You should be happy you have hair.
It's starting to go a little bit back here.
Is it?
My sexy dome, baby. Got to be aerodynamic out on the runway.
Yeah, my hair has been every extreme.
All the colors?
No, from shaved skin to a ponytail down past my shoulder blades.
All right.
When we first moved over here, my hair was insanely long, and I cut it all off when I was in Thailand.
Oh, thank gosh.
Back in the 90s, when I used to teach a hacking class for McAfee, they wanted me to wear my hair in a mullet and wear my Doc Martens to work. Like, it was part of my work look. Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah,
Ready when
Mike.
you are. We're just talking about crap.
Yeah, Mike,
Yeah,
thanks for your help on redirecting me on the direction I want to take my character, because one of the things I wanted to do initially when I created this character was to imbue the sickle with some type of power.
Sure.
And you were the one that recommended the flash power.
Yep.
So go. Remember we were down in the sewers and we didn't have any flashlights or anything?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Characters
So
always.
that was a good, that was a good angle. Thanks for bringing me back to that.
Oh, no worries.
'Cause I
Anthony,
was
is your guy
going,
progressing like you want? Because I know Chrome was saying that he's already at the level he wants to be at, right? And Metal has gone so far beyond anything I thought I would do with her, because I thought she was a relatively throwaway character.
yes,
Oh,
exactly.
how old's that picture?
Oh God, I don't know, 25 years maybe.
Wow.
Is that your uncle?
You look like the drummer in a ska band.
Stop it, Mike.
You don't think he looks like a drummer in a ska band?
No, I think he's lost weight.
Oh, wow.
What was funny was at the time my
Where
hair
was
was
that? Mexico City?
it was long down past my shoulder blades in a ponytail, and when I went to cut it off, I just got a razor and shaved it all the way to the skin, so it went from one extreme to the other.
You were a wild man. At one point, I had this whole side shaved down to the skin, but the other side was long and fell down over the side of my face because that was how we wore it in the 90s. 90.
So I looked like a middle school art teacher.
You do indeed, yes. Yeah. Who has yet to become a ska drummer, yeah.
All right. There you go.
All right.
I want to roll some dice.
It's a Rob Zombie.
You have definitely had all the styles.
Oh, you wanted mullet.
Yeah, and he still hasn't found one yet.
Oh, he's found all of them.
Cheesy
That's
mustache.
amazing.
Cheesy mustache and mullet.
So I couldn't grow facial hair until my late 40s. I didn't own a razor until I was 26 years old. So I'm amused by the goatee now. I still don't grow hair in most of the places on my face. You seem like you grow hair just about everywhere.
Yeah, especially now. I used to not be very hairy, and now my belly is like a Care Bear. This Professor Snape.
Wow. It's actually a really good Snape.
Damn, how'd you lose out on that part?
But luckily, I had access to my Quidditch Cup championship trophies.
Yeah, you are definitely the big winner there. That's a lot of physical transformations for one guy.
Yeah, one from long hair to short hair.
Well, I'm seeing Tunguska Slim banner class small merchantman ship is going to be a boosted beast. It's not going to have the average 120 light second max speed.
Get out and push.
120 light seconds every combat phase of 4 seconds. So what do you think? What's the percentage that he would have this thing souped up? What do you think?
Pretty high. He's a pirate.
Okay, let's go with 50%.
2.473%.
About
Never tell me the
1.5.
odds.
1.5. So 120 times 1.5. What's that going to be? 180? 200?
180.
180?
Yeah, what's 1.25 in faction?
1 1/8.
Yeah,
And
you're
then
right.
the Nemesis class
I'm a carpenter. I know this shit.
patrol corvette. Ooh, still has a max of 230 light seconds. Its acceleration is plus 25. His acceleration is, well, he's going to have the acceleration souped up as well. But 50 to...
Professor, you taking
The
notes on how
Tundra,
this
the
operates?
Tundra can accelerate faster than the Nemesis class patrol corvette, but the Nemesis class patrol corvette is overall faster and more heavily armed. Obviously, Tunguska Slim's ship is not made to go toe to toe with military class vessels, like a night.
Slim, are you expecting missiles or energy weapons? It matters a lot.
Nova gun batteries, star torpedoes, which is an overloaded Nova gun. So a combination of missiles and Nova gun fire, which is based on quantum physics. It appears where it expects the ship to be. So blasts of energy, bouncing off of powered energy screens.
Run like
And
hell. I
remember
can
your
keep missiles
space
off our trail.
opera.
I'm less good with energy weapons. Let's get going.
I'm with metal.
Unfortunately, the Nemesis class is going to run you guys down before you can make the run to light speed.
Oh, even better. Punch it, Chewie. Punch it.
So what are you going to do about that? Let's see. He's looking at his battle screens. +5, 65 screen damage point compared to a ship that's got, let's just get it in perspective. Their battle screens have a rating of, have 5,000 screen damage points.
Ah.
In what
walking-
scale? Yeah, I mean, I don't know what scale you're operating in. I'm ready to get out and fight it.
Walking the park.
Well, I mean, I could the ship, the Nemesis class ship has got a volume of 37,500, meters cubed. That's the volume of it.
Give me a
it's
sec.
got
I'll do the math.
4 decks. It's got 4 decks.
What's that in inches?
The crew is it's a standard crew of 80, about 20 astronauts, 40 techs, 20 Marines, 10 patients, 6 bay, 20 bursts, battle armor. It has main battery. It has 4 twin batteries of Nova Gun 150 caliber. It's got 6 twin battery Nova Guns 25 caliber. It's got 1 bank of 6-star torpedoes, 375 caliber star torpedoes.
Professor, I'm going to go do something relatively stupid. And can you use this ship's systems or this crew to be distracting so that every gun in that thing isn't firing at me?
The Tundra has 4 a main battery, and it has twin 50 cal Nova guns and a bank of star torpedoes, 6 of them at 157 caliber. So the star torps are probably the most powerful weapon.
Is Slim the pilot? Is Slim the pilot?
Yeah, he's a pilot of the craft, yes.
He doesn't have somebody else fly for him?
Nope, he pilots. I think that's, he's got the pilot skill. Yep, the rest of the crew is mechanics.
I yell, defensive pattern Delta.
Damn it, you should have said Omega.
Pattern Riker 6.
Or
all
Alpha.
I can do is
Do the Alpha. Do the Alpha.
all I can do is yell phrases that I recalled from Star Trek.
Yeah,
It's
you're not
subspace.
going to try to tinker with anything on board the ship.
What I'm saying is take this ship, throw a bunch of fire out, be distracting, say profane things over the intercom. I don't know what it is. Distract that cruiser so I can do something while they're not looking.
Are you leaving the ship?
Yes.
There's an airlock. He can jettison herself.
She got sealed systems.
Yeah.
I got a lot of powers,
you're in
including-
space. The fact that you're moving at like 100 light seconds a second, I don't know, whatever it is.
Well, sure, but it's all relative speed. You step out a door at a relative speed.
Oh yeah,
That's your speed.
there's no wind shear or anything.
Going to slow down.
Semantics.
It's physics, actually. Physics.
Yeah, I was going to say you'd slow.
Aren't they the same thing?
You go. Space is friction,
But
right?
Metal, once you step out of the ship, what? I guess
So,
aren't you going to be
Professor,
left in the
broken.
dust? Aren't you going to be left in the dust?
if they're accelerating, yeah. So I need you to loop around and get me after, or else you're going to leave me out here in the galaxy. I can only last a certain amount of time in the outside. Be distracting with this spacecraft, cause some problems. I'm going to go sabotage it and then swing back and pick me up. Is that too much to ask?
That's up to Slim and his crew. Are they going to
No, that's
circle
up to you
around?
putting a gun in the back of Slim's head. We can get Oaken to do it, but Oaken's going to leave bodies.
Is Slim agreeing to this, or do I have to be threatening? He may just agree to do it if you're going to stop the chase.
Well, if you got something, yeah, I guess. What do you guys got to stop the Corvette? Let's have it. They're gonna blow us out of the sky.
I say turn on all guns on the Corvette. Start firing the guns from the
Metal.
ship we're on.
It's like shooting a pea shooter back at it.
Metal wants to get out to attack the ship, but the ship needs to still be chasing us, so fly around so we don't leave Metal.
Okay.
Just circle this point like a jet ski without a rider.
And I want...
Yep.
So I have my obscure power, so I'm hard to pick up with sensors. That's at 6 APs.
Hopefully,
Yeah, it's going to be hard to pick you up. Yes. Begin with.
And I have sealed systems at 8, which gives me 4 hours that I don't need to be breathing. And these are just the 2 automatic powers.
Yes,
Sealed systems is okay. I'm going to see if I can collect up, I don't know, metal rods, big gears, wrenches. I don't care what it is. I'm looking for a bunch of decent sized scrap metal.
In space?
In the ship.
Oh, sure. Sure, there's a collection of stuff. I mean, it's a pirate ship. There's stuff everywhere. There's tools. There's, pornographic magazines. There's
unless they make their porn out of like steel, that doesn't
blasters. There's robot parts. There's everything.
Tools, robot parts, the works.
Mm-hmm.
You're pulling the magazines by the staples.
Yeah. And yes, you're ready to take this out as your firepower.
Yes, I am. But here's the strategy: is I want to step out. They can't particularly see me. Let them chase you. Right? You've got shields, you've got weapons. Be in a chase, which means they're coming right at me, can't see me, and I'm going to rake them up the side.
And I am not jettisoning myself out the airlock.
No,
I want that to be known.
No, this is why I want you to be in command of the pirate ship. You should have a pirate hat. You should absolutely have a pirate hat.
Yeah, I'm with the professor.
We've got volume and mass because this is space opera. We got a volume of, like I said, 825 meters cubed for volume. Okay. And the mass, this ship is 275 tons.
So, how much are we at beyond 15,000 cubic feet? Jay?
Cubic feet?
Isn't that what you just called it out as, cubic feet? Or would you call it out as?
Meters.
Okay, so what's it in cubic meters? I can do the math.
The cubic meters is 825.
It's how much?
825
cubic meters.
825.
This is going to be fun.
I mean, I can look at, it's got a damage capacity, so I got hit points, right? Well, no, sure. You can't use damage points. That doesn't make sense.
I don't know how it translates.
Yeah.
1 meter times 3 times how much?
So
a cube is times 3.
Well, sort of. I mean, like when you're measuring the capacity of a truck, that's always going to be times 9. It is a lot of complicated. I'm asking the Google.
Oh, here we go. I got numbers I can work with.
Okay.
I got battle armor of 3 APs. I got battle screens of 9 APs. So combined, it has a defense of 12. Screen, this Corvette's got 12 APs of screen power.
Okay.
That's easy to figure
Freaking
out.
Corvette. Damn it.
And let's see.
If anybody
the
boards,
values
I'll
of the-
shoot them.
That's like a level 3 Star Destroyer.
You are aware that I need you to pick me up because I will eventually suffocate, right? This is an important part of this plan.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's why
Okay,
I told
don't
him
worry
to just.
about it, man. We got you. Don't worry about it.
Oh, whoops. I'm looking at all the wrong numbers.
You got 4 hours. You good.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
also
sorry,
gonna-
I gave you completely wrong numbers. I was looking at the wrong ship. The Nemesis class Corvette has got a volume of 37,500 cubic meters. Its
Okay.
mass is 12,500 tons. It's got 4 decks. Its battle
That's-
armor.
That's 1,324,000 cubic feet.
Let's
you
see,
just did that faster than I did. Tell me you looked that
No,
up
it's
and you
like-
didn't do that in your head.
Yeah, but in
Look,
outer
I'm the
space, it's
professor.
like in outer space, it's like a paperweight.
The professor has an
Okay.
intelligence of 12.
Yeah.
Armored and screened, it's got an AP protection value of 28.
Okay. So, I mean, do we execute on this? Do we our pirate ship starts maneuvering and I try and step out the window and all that?
Oh yeah. I'm just getting some figures here. I want to.
Because I want to
How much-
blindside a spaceship.
I know.
If it's
But how
coming
much-
at us this fast,
Mhm.
do I need to do anything more than just set things in its way?
Hey, Slim. Is this crew chasing us the shoot first, ask questions later, or if you just stop like you're going to surrender, are they not going to shoot?
They'll arrest us, but they're not taking me alive. The Cordarians, I'm wanted. We're wanted men. We're wanted pirates. This is
Yeah, but if you just stop, then Metal can drop out of the airlock right here and do what she's got to do while they're looking at us.
All right.
We just stop like we're surrendering, but really it's just a tactic to get her to the ship.
Yeah, but I thought I thought Metal was intending to use the speed of the ship against it.
Mm-hmm. Well, the chase has already begun, right? If they want to pull over, it's a tactic.
Mm-hmm. They can pull over.
Yeah.
So Tunguska Slim's like, so now you want me to pull over and stop?
Hey, I don't know how this outer space stuff works. You're the professional. What do you think would work best?
You know how everything works.
He doesn't want to. Him and his crew don't want to spend the rest of their life in the Frisian prison planet.
Well, we'll fight to protect you, but we can't protect you from inside the ship, and she's got to get out. So
Yeah, she can go right out the airlock.
Okay.
I'll stay by you like your own personal bodyguard, and I pull out the impressive disruptor.
Oh, shit. In Kentucky,
Yeah.
a sheriff just walked into a judge's chambers and executed him. Seriously, in the news right now.
A sheriff did?
Walked into the judge's chamber and shot him to death.
The
What
sheriff
city?
shot the judge. Huh?
Oh, I'm looking.
So yeah, it's this ship against this ship.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Star Destroyer. Look at the Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
Letcher County.
Yeah, I don't know that one.
Just
Oh,
doesn't
you
have
said
to-
Webster? Webster?
L.E. Letcher.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's not over here.
Okay, I even got a what I want to say opposing. Acting and opposing value, I'll use its electric countermeasures and electronic warfare number for its APs, 15 AP.
And this is what? Would try and stop me or stop the ship?
Well, no, I'm just giving it its opposing value against, I guess, another ship in combat.
Darn
Because
it.
I have every intention of bushwhacking it and not seeing me coming.
Yeah,
Fighting
but
fair
if
is
you
a
guys are
losing game here.
stopping and it's slowing down, get picked up. You're just.
Does
I
it
guess
have a
the question-
windshield, Jay? Is there a front window with a pilot in it?
It's pretty huge. I guess,
Right,
like-
right. But I'm
Like
looking.
here's the spaceship you're on, like
Right.
this little guy right here,
Yep,
and then this is the spaceship you're up against.
I get it. But so I haven't done much spaceship design. Are people looking at a front window, or is it all optics and sensors?
Yeah, I think if you can see on the top, because this has 4 decks, you're looking
Yep.
at 1, 2, 3. The 4th one is actually is a piece of this on the back, but you're seeing most of the ship. So yeah, there is a bridge near the top.
I'm going
I mean,
after the bridge.
It's heavily the entire ship is heavily screened by, an energy screen.
Sure. Can I get a blind sight in?
Yeah. I don't know what's your acting value?
14.
14. Well, the opposing value is you can't miss. I mean, it's not like something you can miss. It's a huge freaking spaceship. So it's
Yeah, but
zeroing.
with big material things, don't you tend to use the body for opposing and resistance like that?
Oh yeah. Oh well, I was thinking of using the opposing. What should it be? Well, the opposing for it would be its battle screens.
So I was thinking that maybe the resistance to the opposing would be speed, right? Because it should have some serious resistance. This is a little like punching the
Yeah.
Hulk.
Yep. Well, it's not moving, so I was going to give it an opposing value of 0
Okay.
and let you roll, and you're going to have to do a tremendous amount of damage to even affect it, right?
So blind side. Do you have that right in front of you? How it affects the dice? It's not on my screen for
Blind
some reason.
side is a -1 to opposing value.
Not real helpful. Okay, in
No,
this
it's not,
case,
yeah.
I'm using a critical hit.
Okay.
Anything with a
critical
low
blow.
opposing and a high resistance, criticals work out for you, which gives me -2 to their.
So the
To acting
opposing
and plus
value
3 to
is going to
effect.
be on the 1 to 2 column instead of the 0 column.
2 columns, right, in their favor for opposing.
Yep. With the -1
Okay.
for blind side, I would have the
Okay.
Opposing value of 1 and the
Okay.
acting value of what?
14.
14. Yeah. Okay. So 3 or better. Let's see what we got. Spending no hero points, I'm assuming.
Rolled legit doubles and have a total of 18.
18. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 column shifts.
2 columns for my critical.
Mhm.
Three columns for my critical. 3 columns for my critical.
Yes. So that's a total of 7 column shifts.
It is.
7 column shifts. Taking notes here.
Ay caramba.
And the effect value is 14.
It is.
Okay.
In the wise words of Bart Simpson, he pronounced by Crumba.
Okay. And with battle screens and armor combined is 28.
In the words of Larry
And then I
Niven,
gotta
anything is a
add
weapon and
the
going back high enough
7.
speed.
I got to add the 7 column shifts now, right?
Yep.
1,
7,
2,
that's
3,
all?
4, 5.
7's
6,
good. Come
7.
on.
Yeah, no, that's huge. That's 7 APs of damage. And its body. Dun, 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 dun. If I'm using these numbers, where's my numbers again? Sorry. Battle armor. Boom. So let's say it has a body of 17. It just took 7, so it's got 10 left.
Okay.
Type of thing, like, yeah.
But I hit the
remaining.
bridge, or that was the intention, was to hit the bridge.
So that was a solid shot. Hit the bridge. Let's see what you do for damage to the bridge. We'll pull out Space Opera, and I'll go for some. I think there's some damage.
Well,
right?
it said what? It had 17, and you did 10.
Magnetic powers won't affect transparent aluminum.
Mr. Scott.
No, it's metal.
Magnetic powers will allow me to throw a
We're
wrench.
not talking fair. We're not
Computer.
talking Ferris here. It's just metal.
Metal's given up her original name anyway.
All right. Well, to take this thing out, Oaken's going to have to go out there and help you.
Looks like it.
But
Phase
you're
through the ship and
you
just
have
go
to
start
pick
wasting
me
the
up because I can only survive in dispersal for 10 minutes out there. I can do one attack and come back.
Unless you go out and materialize inside their ship and use their atmosphere. Just wander the halls, killing the crew.
Metal, do you want to roll it?
Even better. I like that idea.
Jay, I missed what you said.
I need you to roll a D20.
God.
But you can use your 2 D10s. You just pick one to be high, low.
2d10s. I have just rolled a 2, a legitimate double 1.
Helm. The helm is that very important control center from which the ship is actually maneuvered by the pilot. Roll a D6. Do you have a D6 on you?
I have fudge dice.
No, I'll roll it.
All right.
I need a D6.
All right, get me in the helm. How about that? I know it's metal. It's your call. I'm here to help you. I want to get in the game.
Well, we'll see if they're still moving. Go jump across to their ship and cause some damage.
I
Don't
can
attack
fly
the ship,
over
attack
there.
the crew.
I rolled a 2. Sublight maneuver control is lost. Steering must be transferred to the auxiliary bridge if there is one until repairs can be made. Alternatively, steering may be transferred to bridge engineering, drive control, or to the propulsion deck. But in such instances, speed must be reduced to 50% of maximum, and no more than 45-degree turns are possible without evasion maneuvers. You have crippled the Corvette enough that though it can still has propulsion, it can't steer. The Tundra can easily outmaneuver it now.
Yeah, let's get out of here. Let's go.
It's stuck. It's got to.
Yeah, you can't steer. You tore the steering wheel off, broke the transmission. Let's get out of here. Objective completed.
That's too dark for you?
Let's
I
go,
need to be in
man.
a certain distance of our friends on the pirate ship, but I head back over to it. Let's get out before they figured out what we did.
Let's see if we can get back to Earth before the night's over.
I'm with you. Because, guys, I'm not sure what the punishment is, but I think wrecking one of their big ships, they're not going to give me a warm handshake.
No. Spaceships are expensive.
Slim, as soon as he's back in, get out of here.
Yeah. So they fire up. They get out of there. You guys are
Evasive
logged on
maneuvers.
before the contingent of light cruisers and corvettes arrive on the scene. the backup that the patrol boat is called in.
Because that doesn't work if they're expecting it. Megabolt torpedoes, I do not have that kind of resistance.
Yeah, but still, I'm not going to go into running Star Torp Tito battle as you guys make the run up to light speed.
What do you say? Canoe valve?
Canoe battle. Yeah, battling canoes.
Yeah, Star Torp running battle. Can the Star Torps catch you before you make translate to light speed? No, I think they've got their hands full with their helm knocked out and damage control alarms going throughout.
They don't even
Wondering
have
what
a-
hit them, right? Because it was just a bunch of physical objects.
Well, when I did it, I
Slammed it
just
so
pull.
hard.
I just pull upon the collective and put the stick full.
You see, where I didn't know where the campaign was going, I'm like, do I need to pick up a spaceship skill?
Well, let's see how far this ship can go.
How? Oh no! My gosh.
So, Slim, where the hell are we? And how do we get back to... The professor has damn near total recall. He can look at star charts, and he should be able to chart you back to where we want to go.
Yep. I got to look at, well, the ship, its propulsion, its FTL warp drive is 15 light years max with a cruising speed of 11 light years, but I don't know what time frame that is within. An hour?
Let's worry about distance before we worry about speed.
That's okay. We got all night.
I think distance is a real big important factor here. If it's 1,000,000 light years back to Earth, it doesn't matter. We're never getting it.
It's 2,873.
2,000 light years.
0.15.
873, so more like 3,000, closer to 3,000 than it is to 2,000. And I will look up the rules on FTL travel.
3.14125.
Looking for pi or parsecs?
It's a darn well. It works both ways, but the subspace is what gets you.
So, Professor,
Do we have
I've
a?
watched you
FTL
do
jumps
stuff
are
like this.
fractions or multiples of 24 hours.
Okay.
So 15 light years every 24 hours. 15's got to go into, so divide 2,800 by 15. That's how many days it would take.
All right, so we'll be there tomorrow morning.
Hang on.
What?
Do it now.
My biggest concern is when do I get a Big Mac?
They don't have those here.
Oh darn!
Yeah, that's 186 days.
I can wait that long. I've waited
186
longer
days.
before that.
Yeah, you have.
So that's what? That's 6 months?
It is.
6 months voyage time?
But
And
at least
you've
that
got the
means we can
professor?
get there.
Yes. And that's without the professor tinkering with anything. Trying to improve performance.
Therein lies. Step up.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
if we're
Able
going to
to-
be... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, if I got 6 months to try to learn subspace and hyperdrives and all this other jazz, I'm sure we can crank it up to 11.
No, I think you should start now because we're all getting hungry.
So let's have a conversation with Slim and the crew once we get out of immediate danger.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just did a small hop to some random location in uncharted space.
So, Slim,
So
I'm
yeah,
assuming-
you guys are just you're hanging out in the void right now. Time for
You wanna pull 'em out?
negotiations, like-
Metal, you want me to pull the pirates out the brig for you?
No, so let's get everyone and have a conversation. And I want them to understand what I just did to that Corvette at the start of the conversation. I want them to know what happened before we get started.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they got the video.
Okay.
They can
So
see what
guys-
you did. They've also gone toe to toe with you and got their ass kicked.
Yeah, but that was big even on my scales. So Slim, crew,
Mhm.
6 months in space. And I would like to make a suggestion to you. Let's chart out some stops that'll be valuable to you. Let's let our friend the professor look at the shipboard systems you have to see if he can give you improvements on them. In which case, you'll own them when we leave. If it's better life support, better space drive, better guns, you own better versions of it, and you can do whatever makes you happy with that. Start a business, rip stuff off. I don't care.
Rather have Oaken put her hands on your brain one more time. The option is yours.
Oh, yeah. We were trying to avoid the real destructive stuff. So if we're going to be 6 months in space, let's chart a couple interesting stops. We can learn some things, pick up some packages. You do know I'm a smuggler, right? You do know I got into this as a smuggler. What's that,
Okay.
Anthony?
Yep.
Yeah, it'd be better for us to work together instead of threatening each other.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So we have our
Well,
really
it's threatening the pirates, not him.
Tungusta's slim. He's all bent. It cost him a lot to get that heading, if you would, to Carcosa, and they came out of it with nothing.
Oh, that's
So
not
he's
true.
behind the 8 ball on that. That was a complete bust. He was hoping to score a ton of space alien armaments because the planet's surface was supposed to be littered with all sorts of high-tech weaponry.
Well, then by all means,
pirating career.
then let's stop somewhere and do a heist.
You're actually better off now because you've got 3 superior crew members for the next 6 months.
You do know can walk through walls, right? Outer space, walls, armor, doesn't matter to him. Her.
Now introduce me to the engineer and leave us alone.
Well, there is the Hulk Star.
The what now?
The Hulk Star.
Hulk Star. Go on.
Yeah, it's never been. It's got a forerunner vault that's never been plundered.
Oh,
interesting.
And that would be a possible score that would definitely pay for your passage and wipe and as well as balance the sheet from the loss of the Carcosa score, and of course make us all
filthy rich, crazy,
rich.
stupid rich.
Galactically rich, so that the
Professor?
Coriolis can never touch us.
Professor, set a course for the Hulk Star. Engage.
We've got a pilot and a navigator. They can take care of that. I just want to go talk to the engineer.
Could you be a little more decisive or indecisive?
To the engineer, what do you want to talk to the engineer about?
I'm going to be working with him for the next 6 months, learning everything I can about this ship and helping him tweak things so they work better.
Because he's the absolute savant. I'd like a
TL-14
spaceship, or I'd like my friends to have TL-14 spacesuits.
We can rebuild it. We can make it faster.
If y'all need my help, I'll be. If y'all need me, I'll be in 10 forward.
Okay.
That's the bar, isn't it?
Yep. Well, I'll scan the map of the ship.
So, Jay, I like as game direction, and this is an interesting thought. If we're 6 months in space, you plot us with a couple of space opera style adventures before we get back to Earth. This would be interesting to do for a couple of sessions.
Is everyone else on board? Because this is exactly what I was intending to do.
Last time.
Sure.
And that gives, At least it gives some fidelity for me. Like, I guess, like it just seems so too disjointed to allow you guys just to get back to Earth that easy.
Where's Quark? Is Quark in there?
Yeah, as
No,
long as
I'm in 10 forward.
I believe that would be a completely different bartender. So hey, if yeah, take some time, run up some space heist adventures. But we're gonna
well,
get
the first
back.
one is the Hulk star. They definitely would like to crack the vault orbiting the Hulk star. It's the Tower of the Elephant. No one's ever been ever able to do it.
whatever.
The Forerunner tech is so fearsome that any party of mercenary thieves, rogues have tried it, have failed.
After the engineer spends some time with the professor and explains how the systems work and how all of the technology is or whatever, then you just let me know when you need me to roll something. Whatever he decides he wants to work on first.
FDL travel harnesses what the Cordarians refer to as quorum energy and what Earthlings or the people in the know on Earth, Congress of Truth, and other government officials as Enteron energy.
Mm-hmm.
So the crystal shards that have been creating enhanced entities on Earth, and that you've harnessed in your gun, and the Congress of Truth has harnessed it to make, Star Pulse rifles and Star Pulse shields, is all Enteron energy based. And where
everything's connected.
And I guess what's the source of the quantum energy? That's unknown. That's the big Cordarian secret, because that's the secret to their success of galactic dominance.
Guys, so I collect up my Oaken and the professor after we kind of get this thought going with Slim about we'll do a heist and all that, and I'm like, we're gonna get back to Earth, and even if we just took the stuff out of the lockers that was lying around here, we have absolutely world-changing technology just lying around. And if and when we get back home, we're gonna change everything. I may already be the most powerful metahuman in the world. I don't know. But we're going to... what's that?
Tunguska Slim says also, don't let the... I shouldn't say I don't even think he would give a shit. But the Cordarians do not know generally where Earth is, or that there's anything going on there at this point in time in space.
Well, we close the gate. We'll try not to leave any villains back. I'm sorry, Professor, go ahead.
We'll have to be extra careful to make sure that they are not tracking us and do not trace us there.
Right.
Don't get captured, because they'd be like, oh, we never met some of you before. Who are you? Where did you come from?
But so assuming we get home,
galactic empire.
Assuming we get home, we're going to change the world. Do we want this?
In 6 months, the world's probably going to be changed a bit as well by the time you get back.
Do we want to go? Do we want this?
I'm an Earthling and I want to be on Earth.
Yeah, and you're now learning how to make hyperdrives.
So whatever it takes to get there.
When you get back to Earth, are you aware of... I mean, maybe you can just go back and not say anything for the rest of your life. But just the stuff we have lying around here will change the entire world. It'll change economies and nations.
I have no personal desire for wealth and fame, so I'm not going to go Elon Musk and start building spaceships and so nobody needs... I will use what I learned to help protect me and to help protect my loved ones, but I'm not going to spread whatever knowledge I have throughout the earth and change it.
Well, let's think about that for a minute. I got involved in this game. I was a smuggler just trying to do my own business, and I ended up protecting a lot of men in the street from gunfights. And that was the whole thing. We fought a gang war in the streets of Capital City. It was ugly as hell. I flew ambulances around into gangbangers. We have tech lying around here, as well as if some of these people find their way there. We could stop 15 genocides around the world. How much are we liable if we don't stop 15 genocides around the world? My magnetic power is nothing next to your brains. What are we looking at?
This is from the Terran Atlas of space opera. This is the whole known space opera universe.
It's not First Contact because I've met aliens before, but it feels like First Contact, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
For fear of saying something very professor-like and would come off very uncaring and really brutal, I'm just going to save my answer and we'll have this conversation later.
Why is that?
For the first time ever, the professor is going to take extra time to think of his words.
So you do understand the argument I'm throwing at you, right?
Yes, I understand. But I also understand that sometimes there's just an order to things.
Are you saying that we won't change the world by coming back in a spaceship with things that are 1,000 times better than they've ever been seen before?
Well, you don't get the spapeship.
Nobody show up in a spaceship.
Slim.
I don't care. So that's fine. Slim can keep a spaceship. I don't care about Slim's spaceship. If I wanted a spaceship, I'd have one.
I think it probably would be best for us to just show up and not share this knowledge with the world. They don't need to know about spaceships and aliens. We don't want to cause a panic.
You also don't want the Cordarians to be aware of the human race.
I think the Cordarians are coming no matter what.
Yeah, top priority is making sure they don't follow us. What happens when we get there, I'll worry about that when we get there.
All right.
He's weighing all the... He's got 1,000 different things going off in his head. He's weighing all the options.
Yep. We've already changed the world. Good.
Well, Chrome is just stuck in the ship with me and Oaken, so I will tell him to go back and rewatch this so he knows exactly what happened, and because he was just standing there watching while it all took place. So.
Yep. You can spare him. You can just tell him, we know how to get back to Earth. It's just going to take a few months, and we got to make a couple of stops along the way. Right? That's the recap, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just think it's a bigger... I mean, sure, we could go back and pretend we didn't discover extraterrestrial society and solutions for all the world's ills. Or we could take the water reclamation system on a spaceship and provide it to a dozen African nations that currently have clean water crisis.
Well, yeah, I don't need to.
Tunguska Slim and his crew are Tile-Rons. They're Tile-Rons. That's the humanoid race. And the Tile-Ron Empire has just been defeated by the Cordarians. So it's grim times in Tylorian space.
But you said the Cordarians look Earthling also, right?
Yeah, except generally they're anywhere from 6.5 to 7 feet tall, and in perfect physical shape.
Well, I am 6.5 feet tall, but not perfect physical shape.
I'm barely 5.5
Broad
feet.
shouldered.
But I'm getting better.
And the only one that they've met has exhibited incredible strength.
We met another one earlier, if you recall.
His name was Olympian.
Yes, we definitely met Olympian, but then we met another one.
Yeah, I can beat him up too.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, right. Exactly. Straight from.
Yeah, Oaken
I mean,
took
it's
him out
definitely
with
along
9 man.
that same track, right? The Cordarians and
Yes, except the Olympian was black.
yeah. Which
Speaking of my, what in the hell is he doing?
he's shooting arrows into the wall.
That is completely insane. In case you're curious.
Well, he's probably got a target up against the wall.
Or a victim.
Shoot on a couch.
Yeah, couches are good. That's a good target.
Cushion.
I
go out on the street, right?
And find
And
cushions.
pick up old couch cushions that people throw away. They make great arrow stuffers.
The professor is concerned about his diet. He's been doing so well. Dropped over 60 pounds by now.
All right.
And I don't think I'm going to be able to find a tomahawk steak or anything out here in space. So I got 6 months of worrying about what kind of goo we can find.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to disrupt my
algae in space.
This is going to disrupt my carnivore diet.
Yep. Well, I guess
man, I'm sure there's stuff we can kill.
So we've got the journey to the Hulk star, which is they know where to go to get to. I guess I just got to make some rolls on.
I haven't rolled one dice tonight.
Basically,
yeah, Jay, take some time. Come up with your Hulk Star adventure. It's all good, man. This was like a major pivot point.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm relaxed, don't I? I look relaxed, don't I?
No, you look like an archer.
Yeah. Oh. God, what was I saying? Oh no, just making a few rolls, make sure all systems on the ship don't have any problems. Like you said, Professor, what happens if all of a sudden the air filters aren't working and you need to get some new organic cultures to stimulate the oxygen grow?
But there is
you'd have to pick a local planet. We'll get to find a planet, get that stuff,
But there is a specific designated engineer on the ship that normally fixes everything.
Yeah, it's you.
No, it's Tunguska Slim and his pirates, and they're like when you say engineer, it's like Tunguska Slim is most familiar with the tundra.
Okay, well, I guess it's him I'll be working
engineer,
with.
and everybody else just knows how to keep things running.
It's easier for him. It would be much easier for him to explain how everything, the basics of how things are working.
Yeah.
So me trying to guess at first. So.
Yep, it's a lot of we make sure that this light never goes on and that valve never gets above that line, and that's a lot of it.
Once I have a working knowledge of how certain systems work or whatever, then I can help him try to repair or improve whatever would be best to help us on this journey.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it won't take that long,
Okay.
How long does it take? A week, a few days to get up to speed with the systems?
Yeah.
Wow.
Then we'll crank it up to 11. Whatever he wants. If he says life support, I'm not sure what'll happen cranking that up to 11, but you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do know what you mean. And I'll just make some rolls and see if there's any ship system failures on the journey to different points, because that creates its own problems.
I'm going to crank it up to 40 pounds.
Ching. All right, gentlemen, 2 weeks, I guess.
It was just a warm up.
Yeah. And, what day's the 26th?
Friday is 26. I don't know. The 26th of September or October.
Yeah, that's next Thursday. That's when I'll be in the air, so I couldn't play next week anyway. So.
Oh, good. Yep. But on our
You get one of those
every
evil
other week
11-hour
schedule-
flights.
Yeah, oh, 11. Oh, please.
Oh, I don't know. I don't do those long ones.